Right, we're back. Time is once again progressing. Can't tell if it's any faster or slower. And then it immediately crashes. Of course it does. Of course it does. Come on, let's go. Would I redo the German campaign with the new German focus? Yes. I'm very tempted to do another German game. Probably once I see that Kaiserreich is a little bit more stable than it is right now. Now, we had some serious problems with stability in the multiplayer. We had to... I think we restarted 5 times in about 5 minutes of gameplay. And then after that it was stable again, but it had a couple of problems. Alpha Omega, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. And Gaming at Night, just saw that you also followed. Sorry, I missed that one. Amused Chinchilla, yeah, I already said you. My bad. If you don't have ammunition, you can still fix bayonets. Fix bayonets. Come on, let's go. Fighting a land war in Asia. Certainly feels that way. Is there anything that I could be closing down to make this move a little bit quicker? I don't think so. We have loads of disk space still. It's hard to iron on my C drive. Not sure actually. I'm just musing to myself because that would mean I would have faster load times. It must be. Let's have a look. No, it's not. Interesting. Might need to move that. Because that would mean that we have faster load times. Alright, single player. Continue. Yeah, you get the random internal monologue commentary type thing because I don't really have much else to say right now. And I am absolutely terrible at small talk. Does Germany have the best starting navy? Japan probably does. Although it's not bad. I mean, Japan has more carriers, but Germany has more capital ships. Alright, let's slow this down again. See if we can get over the hump. In fact, no, we did it on speed 4 previously. It should be possible. I think we're alright. Was there anything that I did in the meantime? I don't think so. So how far down this tree do we need to get to be safe? We have another 3 focuses. This one's almost done. I suspect that we need to finish this focus tree before the Civil War happens. And if we get to the end, then it makes it not happen. Am I good at big talk? I certainly know how to talk big. That's what you mean. France is absolutely kicking Germany. It's because Germany is also at war with Russia. They declared war on Russia, then like a day later France are like, yeah, I'm going to have a piece of that, and declared war on Germany. Elastic defense. We're going to continue with these. We're going to get mobile infantry. And then once we have machine tools, it's the end of December, we could totally just wait until we can get construction, which is a 39 tech. I'm going to have to do that. Construction's too valuable. The other two, not quite so much, but having construction definitely is, because it would mean that we can build more factories faster. I guessed. France is like, yeah, German takeout sounds just divine right about now. Yes, please. Yeah, I agree. Austria. How is Austria doing? Austria at least is holding. Germany, not so much, but Austria is. Is Austria at war with Russia? No. Here we go. Recognise Ulster Scots. Ulster at peace. After the recent unrest, the people of Ulster seem to once again be at peace. There's no telling for how long this peace will last. There's no doubt that Ireland is better off for it. The Dáil has one less issue to deal with. What a relief. So let's establish the Cultural Unity Commission, Era Nua, and then we should be able to switch back to other stuff. Our next step should be to establish a Cultural Unity Commission in order to embrace and promote all of Ireland's different cultures and ensure that none is shunned or given second-class status. Can we continue the multiplayer game Saturday in 1.4? No, that save will be broken. Unfortunately. We tried really hard to get this Civil War save working. We spent probably 2 hours trying to make that thing work. It just didn't. So it's going to break. Yeah, it's because I'm always trying to get the bloody pronunciation correct. And the only way that I remember is because it rhymes with drawl. Drawl rhymes with drawl. So whenever I'm thinking, it's like, it rhymes with something. Drawl. That was it. It's the southern drawl. The southern drawl. What are we going to do about it? There's nothing we can do. It will just be a new game. We'll just do another new game of Kaiserreich. So it does mean that you'll be able to pick some different nations. And it's the 14th, so we can do construction. Boyar, marvellous. Irish immigration, 1938-39, saw the world largely at war, with many seeking refuge abroad in safe harbours. The Irish government's immigration laws and the state of the world at large has contributed to the increase in the nation's population. That is a huge increase, considering usually, or previous, we were getting like 18,000 to each province. Now we're getting 64, 25, 21, 41,000. Ulster especially is growing. Like, Ulster is really powerful. 1.4 million, 1.5 million. And it's catching up. Population as a whole is increasing. Are we over 5 million yet? No, 4.7 million. Okay. Russia got a hold of Africa because it was one of Germany's puppets that controlled the land, and they capitulated. But how did Russia get to Africa? Surely all of Russia's focus would be on fighting the German puppets on their actual border. It's not like they have a colony down here or anything like that. CSA in America seems a bit strong and tends to win a lot of the time in the Civil War. Yeah, agreed. And also the CNT-FAI in Spain. It was definitely the CSA that was the biggest threat. Not just because Bussy's pretty good at the game, but because they just had the biggest military when I was playing as the USA. Had he pressed his advantage more aggressively, especially when I was busy with the Pacific States, then he probably could have done a lot. And possibly even won the Civil War. The famous poet and one of the founders of Dublin's Abbey Theatre, William Butler Yeats, has died today. He was a driving force behind the Irish literary renewal, and in 1923 he was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature. He was also served as a politician for 2 terms after the Irish War of Independence and retired in 1928 due to poor health. Done a French Republic game yet? Yes, and it was the most boring game I've ever played. Although they have added one extremely important focus to France. And it is... Oh, don't tell me they removed it again. It looks suspiciously like they've removed it again. I think they've removed it. They have. Okay, so Republican France has just become boring again. Basically, what they had done is you can't go to war because you're not the faction leader. You have to wait until Canada goes to war. Canada very often just doesn't bother. So what they had done is added a focus allowing you to declare war on the Commune of France. That focus has since been removed, probably in the latest update. So, yeah, don't play as France. Should play as Russia and try to win the war against the Union. I'm playing as Ireland. Ireland can win the war against the Union. It's fine, we got this. All we need is a bit more manpower, rather more industry. In fact, I wonder how we compare industrially to Britain. 4 and 12. Never mind. What about return to the continent focus? Princely Federation beat Mysore. Oh, Mysore, not Baratia. Oh, yes. French Republic declares war on the Commune of France. Okay, so they rolled it into that. Because it used to be a focus just on its own, like right there, which was declare war on the commune. Okay, fair enough. Well spotted. Ireland's going to win the war against everybody. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so I definitely can't get rid of this joker. We don't have 150. We can't get war economy. Because we're not at war. We could get in... No, we can't get that yet. Never mind. We need 150. Integralist Brazil won the Civil War. Marvellous. Portugal's already in the Entente. Bugger! Well, that's that opportunity gone. And someone was trying to land there. I wish I knew how many people were there. We don't have an air force, so I can't check by sea. We could get the navy to sail around. Let's get you search and destroy around Ireland, and maybe we can get a bit of vision on the coastline. So there's a couple of garrison units. There we go. Now we can see them. In fact, let's just have you doing this. How many ships do you have left? 5. We have naval superiority over the English now, or the British. Can we successfully invade them with 12 divisions? No. Because the British Union has actually got a really small army. And once we have the... Right, so here's my proposal. We're going to finish the Cultural Unity Commission. We're going to finish Ironua. We're then going to get the Irish Scouts, which should mean that we have a bit more manpower, so we have a bit more leeway. Then we'll attack the Union. Although our units aren't particularly strong, we still don't have our medium tanks, which is a 39 tech, which we could now get. I just don't think we're going to be in a position to do it until like 1941. If you rush London, you might do it. I think they have a fairly decent national unity. At least they won't get reinforcements in. DMC, okay, that's motorized. So with that, let's start researching the O'Connell. So we can at least get the medium tanks and start equipping our armies with them. Because from this point on, we will be motorizing over time. Now, we do need to be careful that Germany doesn't just capitulate. It's getting really close. Austria's helping, but not enough. And the Germans are pushing Russia back, but not enough. Am I short any steel on the stuff that matters? No. Alright, so if we were, theoretically, let's drop you two out. You can be in charge of defending Ireland. Then you lot, amphibious assault from Dublin, because it's the most developed. And sure, we'll hit right there and see if we can seize London. We probably don't have any naval invade techs. No, we don't. Okay, so that's another technology that we need. Oh, for Pete's sake. So many technologies. Ooh, speed's definitely increased. Nice. Yeah, Saturday was going to be open. Basically, the multiplayer games on Saturdays are always open. Tibet declared war on Bhutan. Sounds like you should power drop into Britain. I'm reluctant to do that because losing the powers would mean, or if the powers get cut off, then we're done. Collins is always right. Does that mean that we can go to very high? Oh, we are 2% short. None of those work. We could get the infantry equipment modifier, which would mean better soft attack and defense. We could get aircraft modifier. No, it makes more sense to get the light and heavy cruisers. So I think the heavy cruisers will be our capital ship in the short term, because we can build them pretty quickly. or we can get industrial company, which is more factories. We'll do that. Golding. Marvellous. Establish the Unity Commission. Excellent. Let's get the iron ore, which also gives us some more civilian factories. Our final and most radical step will be to federalise Ireland, creating 4 regional parliaments for each of Ireland's 4 provinces, giving the people of Ulster a bigger say in the governing. This would also enrich the western regions of Ireland, which have been in many ways ignored and neglected by the Dublin government. Mongolia's been at war with the other one. Bhutan's gone. That was quick. What are they called? Markleek. They've already beaten them. They haven't gone after Tibet yet, though, which is interesting. Oh, you're on the outskirts of Berlin. We really need to get going soon, or I'm going to lose my opportunity to go after the UAB. No. Ireland's rich in industry, and that's about it. In fact, what I should probably do, except we have 10 experience, never mind, is retrain all of my infantry as marine so we can actually land, but we're not going to get the opportunity. Even our industrialization's taking a while. Italy's entering the war. With Italy on the same side as Austria, essentially, that means that Italy's going to be able to focus entirely on just 2 fronts rather than 3. That could be a good thing for Middle Europa. Especially if you then join them, because then Italian troops can help the Austrians and vice versa. Oh, Berlin. Oh, Germany. Why did you have to go in suicide? Disappointed! Greece declared war on Bulgaria. So that war's finally kicking off. Can't believe that the Second World War is basically over already. It's 1939! He never gave me the opportunity to do anything. Why do I make the new chat in Discord? People were asking for a quotes channel, so that's what's there. Fall of Berlin. Anniversary of the Rising. Bohemia's been spat out of... Or are you a puppet of Austria? I think you might be a puppet. Here comes the peace deal, because Germany's capitulated. It's midnight. Germany, 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 Germany. Why you suck so bad? Well, we're going to see a resurgent Russia here, and this is going to be a very powerful Russia. Entente landing. This means all the British troops are going to be rushing up into Scotland. Right, is there an actual focus for us to do this? Dealing with our enemies, which is only possible if we are... Yeah, we could totally do that. Annex war goal against the Union of Britain. 21 days, 70 days, 70 days. Or I could just do a regular justification, which is much quicker. No. Poor Russia never did a lot. I reckon Russia probably did a lot, actually. Can we see that war? There it is. Russia lost 662,000 men. Germany lost 358,000. So yes, Russia did quite a lot. Although compare that to the Commune War. Germany lost 600,000 and France lost 300,000. There is something very wrong with that number. The Entente's definitely attacking the UAB though. Oh, stop. No, we're going to start fabricating. We have to go in. Except I can't, because we can't do a naval invasion. I don't even have level 1. Oh. Well, this means that the attacks up here are going to be pretty cemented in place. With most of the British garrison up there in the north. Yeah, Britain might well be beaten before I can do anything, because I'm going to have to research the naval invasion tech, which will be in 34 days. I'm going to start working on that. There's Ionua. We want Irish scouts. The young Irish boys and girls often find themselves with very little to do in our society, and have often been left to their own devices as their parents work long toils in the factories and businesses. We could follow the example of the Americans with their Boy Scouts and create an organisation of our own, instilling our youth with an understanding of Irish culture and honourable values. Plus 1.5% recruitable population, and we can get another focus. We could save it for war economy, for when we're actually ready to do that. Although the jump between partial economy and war economy isn't that big. Unfortunately, we can't replace you. We can replace the other ministers. Get the decisive battle, or armoured spearhead. Armoured spearhead would probably be the better option. Plus 5 division attack versus plus 10 division attack, but this gives max speed and breakthrough for tanks and armour. War military high command. Which could be you. Division speed, division armour, division attack. Except we don't have armour yet. We get the motorised, production cost reduction for motorised and mechanised. Or soft attack. I think we're going to get the soft attack infantry equipment. Because that's still going to beef up the motorised and mechanised. More than that will. Although that would allow us to get more of them out faster. Can't do that until 41 though, right? 40. Slightly earlier than I realised. So we could go with Sean McOwen here. National unity, local resources, local manpower, and factories plus 10%. Or we can go for the School of Manoeuvre. Or we can go for the Armoured Spearhead. This technically is a design company, so we do need this before we get the tank, so we're going to get you. Because we're 100 days away from that. Ian Remarque, Führerreich, the famous German writer, member of the Lost Generation poets Erich Maria Remarque, has released a new book, the first major work of an alternate history of the German Empire. Madras was beaten. What kind of navy do I have currently? I currently have a whole bunch of destroyers. 20 destroyers. Of a mixture of tier 1s and 2s. It's not the strongest navy ever, but it's more than Britain has right now. With their 4 ships. And if they're submarines, I can kill them. And destroyers are very good at taking out convoys too. We are really short on steel. Right, because Germany's just capitulated or gone. Am I still trying to import steel? I am. So I'm paying you factories for nothing. Right. Russia. I will buy 2 steel factories from you.